Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Matt. Today we're going to do fish fajita burritos, one of my favorite things to make. And this is a technique I call bake, baste, and broil. It's a one-step, one-dish kind of cooking operation I think you're going to like. We're going to start off with some butter in our pan, one for each fillet. I happen to have three frozen fillets. They're cod. That's a real nice, inexpensive, nice, mild white fish. These are still a little bit frozen, just starting to slack off a little bit, just enough to cut them out of the package. Got them rinsed off. We'll open that up. Put each one of those right there on top of that little piece of butter. You could use hockey, you could use tilapia, you could use pretty much any fish you want. We're going to season it up Southwestern style. And we're going to throw it in the oven. The oven's been preheated to 375. We're going to put this in here with our bell peppers and onions and some cilantro and some lime juice. We're going to season those up. We're going to bake them off. Halfway through, we're going to baste them, and then we're going to turn it on broil. I like just a little bit of olive oil to get underneath those fish. We'll put more on top when we get done. Okay, we're going to get our vegetables ready. Got a green bell pepper, a red bell pepper, and that purple onion. Again, I like to go around the outside. These have all been washed. We did wash our veggies ahead of time. Remember, you want to get those seeds out of there. Kind of tap it out. Remember, always look at the lines. That tells you where to cut. You can see it right down there. You'll cut right down the seam. It makes it easier to trim these off a little later. Okay. Again, we trim those out. Get these seeds and some of that white stuff out of there. You don't want to waste it, but you don't need that, so make sure all the seeds are out of it. We cut this differently than we do for shish kebabs. If you watch the shish kebab segment or the veggie kebab segment, we cut these differently for this. But the idea again is pieces that are of similar size so that they cook at a similar amount of time. I get my cooking board set like I like. I'm going to do the red bell pepper and the green bell pepper the same way. Get all that out of there. Now this one's got a lot on it, so I'm going to cut this down the center. Again, I don't need the cups I used for the shish kebab. And I like to do nice little triangles. Just back and forth. Pieces big enough to eat with a fork. These are going to be nice and chunky. It's going to give you a soft part and a crispy part. And just put these in here, just start putting them in. Okay, we got that. I'm going to do my green bell pepper the same way, but rather than wasting time, I want to show you how I do the onion to go along with it. You saw before how we cut the onion. I'm going to cut this in half this way. I'm going to take this out and chop it for flavor later on. Purposely making smaller pieces out of it. And I may not need all of it, but here's what I do with this, because I want long strips like I want the bell pepper, so I just go like this. That looks like it's a little soft there. Just take it out. You can cut it off if you're not liking it. Again, keep going. You can see how that's working, giving me nice even pieces. Get down to the end. Spread all those apart. These will further separate once they start cooking and they shrink a little bit. Let's just show you how to do the cilantro. I have to take it off there. It's been rinsed already. Nice big neck. We're gonna chop this fine and sprinkle it around. Then I'll put the bell pepper on it. Watch your fingers. I love the smell of fresh cilantro. I love the taste of it. Some people absolutely can't stand it. Another name for this is coriander. All right, I'm gonna sprinkle this liberally across here. I haven't done my green bell pepper yet. So what I like to do is, rather than waste your time showing you how to do another bell pepper, just give me a minute to finish this off, and then we're gonna put it on top. I'll put it all together, we'll season it up and put it in the oven. All right, we're back. I've got my bell peppers all on there. You can see the colors already coming together pretty nice. I'm gonna put some seasonings on it, and then I'm gonna put some liquid on it. And you may say, why do I do it that way? Well, I'm gonna put the seasonings on top of this and then let the liquid kind of take it on through. Again, we're gonna baste it in the juices about halfway through anyway. So I've got a 50-50 mix of salt and pepper. Again, you gotta be careful with salt because you can never go back. You could try and offset it with something once you put it on there. I want some salt and pepper. I've got some chili powder. I like flavor. I'm not afraid to put some stuff on here. You shouldn't be either. Chili powder's got that nice red, a little bit of heat. And I've got some ground cumin. Again, another really nice aromatic southwestern herb, spice. Smells good. Little splash of Marcella. And again, this is going to kind of wash that down a little bit. When all these vegetables cook, they're going to make a little stock. You know, you add water and vegetables and reduce them, and you get vegetable stock out of it. Because I'm going to use, oh, I forgot my lime juice. Let me go back to that. I want some more of that liquid from the lime. Doesn't really matter when you do this. But give you that citrus. What reminded me about the citrus was I'm going to use that agave nectar that I like. I like to put a little sweet with my sour and acid. It seems to bring the lime flavor out or the lemon flavor out when you have a citrus that's tart and you add a little sweet, kind of like limeade or lemonade. Man, this is smelling so good. Lots of veggies, really healthy. Here's my agave nectar, like I said. We use a little of this again. We make a yogurt sauce to go on this. And last but not least, a little olive oil. Goes a little across. Okay, we're ready to go in the oven with that. Probably about 15-20 minutes. Remember, that fish is frozen or semi-frozen, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to take time. I want to take enough time to have the vegetables roast off nicely. And it also seems to make the fish turn out a little more tender and flaky when you start it that way. Just what I've found. So, okay, this is going in the oven, 375. And we'll come back and check on it. I'll set the timer for 15 minutes, take a peek at it, and see if it needs to have a little more time. So. All right, I'm chopping up some fresh cilantro again. I want to use this in making a yogurt sauce. My fish is just about ready to be basted and broiled. So I've got this non-fat yogurt here. We'll just put it inside another container for a second. Got that cilantro. I'll throw that in there. I'm going to do something else. A little celery salt this time. Some dill because I'm doing fish. And just a touch of agave to go with that fish. And we will stir it up. Add a little lime juice. Give it a taste. Actually a little too sweet for me right now, so I'm going to add a little more acid. Get a clean spoon. Add a little rainy yogurt I have in there. A little more celery salt. And I'm going to do a little lime zest this time too. Remember, when you zest it, you don't want to go too far into the white or light colored part. That would get very bitter. And because I'm not having a real zester, I'm going to have to scrape some of this off of the back a little bit, just get that little bit of something in there. Taste it now, see? Nice. Got just a touch of sweet, got that lime flavor coming out. Cilantro, a little dill, a little celery salt. Okay, let's take a look at our fish. It's been in there for a little while. You can see the sauce in the bottom. I'm going to brush this away, take a look at my fish, see how it's looking. It's getting pretty close to done. Still a little pink on it. That's where I want it. So get these vegetables all tossed around. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Bring these up here. All my vegetables, make sure they're nicely coated. Cover them on top of the fish. And then I'm going to turn this oven on broil. You may not have noticed, but if you haven't used your broil a lot, that broil typically doesn't come with a timer. That's because you could burn your house down. All right, this looks like it's ready for just one more step in this bake, baste, and broil process. And since I'm doing fish, we want to make sure it's done. And since we want to put it in tacos, you can't put those big fillets in tacos. If you look up here, you can see how some of those onions are getting a little black on top. That's good. That's what I wanted. But I'm going to spread this fish apart and make sure it's all in the nice big pieces. And this is the way to make sure it gets all done. If you see some that's not quite done, this is going to finish it off right now. We're just going to chop this apart and mix it all amidst all these juices here. And I'm telling you, that's what's going to make the difference when you put it inside those fajita burritos or whatever. So let's separate it off. Nice big flakes, you can see. Big chunks of fish. But no deep frying on this. And if you were here, right now you'd be smelling that cumin, the cilantro, the lime, the peppers being roasted. I mean, all this is looking really good. And I'm going to mix it all amidst the peppers and onions so it's all kind of put together. Make sure all the flavors are together. So you're going to get a lot of veggies when you put this inside your burrito or your taco. Some of this is not quite done, and it's going to finish off really quickly in this last step here, okay? So let's get it all mixed together. So one more time, this is the last step, into the oven. Still on broil high. All right, while that's in there, I'm going to slice up some avocado slices. We could have made some guacamole, but I added jicama to my pico, and I want to do that separately. So what I did is I took the little nipple out, and as you saw, I just took the knife and went right across the whole thing, just made a big circle. And I'm going to turn it this way, and now that separates that out. Watch this. You want to know how to get that core out of there? It's as easy as this. Turn it, and there you are. Okay, now watch. Slice the avocado into a quarter. This is a perfectly ripe avocado. My wife did a great job with this. When you pick your avocado, you want it to be firm, but just a little bit soft to the touch. And that's that little dimple I took out earlier. Now watch. Some nice easy slices. And just carefully, but you're going to use it right against the skin. And then watch. Those peel off just right. Nice big pieces. Again, if you want them smaller, you just do smaller pieces. Take it from the bottom. Peel those puppies right out. Aren't those beautiful? Now, if by chance you wanted chunks for a salad, same process. Cut nice big pieces, and then go back across it. Same idea. Pull them right out. And you've got nice big chunks of avocado. That's how you would start with guacamole too. You make the chunks and then you can mash them down easier. So that's that. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my hands off. We're gonna pull our fish out and get ourselves some fajita tacos. While I'm getting my fish ready, do a tortilla just to warm it up a little bit. Just give that a second there. Looks pretty good. Flip those over. If you're getting nervous, don't worry. I have a pair of tongs here. I just want to warm those up a little bit. And 1, 2, 3. Keep those there. Grab my fish tacos, fish meat out. You can hear it sizzling. You can see the meat's all the way done. Got a little bit of char on those veggies. Let's turn our broiler off. Get us a spoon. I'm gonna transfer these over to this plate here. My avocado there. Make sure you get veggies and meat. A couple slices of avocado. Some yogurt sauce. Throw them in there. And we'll do one more. And then I'm going to go in my refrigerator and grab some of that pico de gallo I made. And we're going to put that on there too. All right, got an extra piece of avocado there. Yum, these are gonna be great. Really healthy. Fish fajita, if you want to put them on a burrito, you call it a fajita burrito. I call it a fajita like that. I'm gonna grab my pico that I had before. Look at all these fresh ingredients and colors and veggies. Again, no deep frying. What do you think? All right. I think it's time to get my assistants and enjoy. Thanks for cooking with Matt today.